Welcome to the Secret Underground Laboratory Recovery and Salvage, where rude mechanicals do magic. Oh, the evil that men do. Hello, I'm Bronze Age, Director of the Secret Underground Laboratory Recovery and Salvage. And today we're at the BF bench with a very old drawer that has suffered the effects of age, insects, and people. Now, this is a very nice drawer off of a piece of very nice furniture. Now this drawer is from a very old and very nice piece of furniture. The drawer front is a full inch thick oak. On the front it's got book match veneer. Book match means they take a board, they saw it down the middle, split it open like a book, and you have this mirror image of veneer. And that's the end of the good news. The corner joints are hand-cut dovetails, as I expected to see on a piece this old. And this is a patch piece here on the bottom, because after a century of opening and closing the drawer, the bottom just simply wears out, and somebody came along and put this little piece on top of it to restore it back to its original size. Now the bottom panel and the back are missing, and the last remnants of the back piece show severe powder post beetle damage, and that sort of goes towards explaining why they're not here anymore. And this accounts for the age and the insect damage, but by far the worst indignity it suffered is right here. This is a brad gun, and these are the brads. They come in this stick with them all glued together like this. And it's powered by compressed air, and you can drive these little brads into the wood. It's normally used for installing trim and stuff like that, baseboards in houses or on cabinets or something. And it is probably the worst possible way to repair a piece of furniture, certainly to do something like this. They're rather soft, they're not like nails, they bend easy, and that makes them very difficult to pull out. So the first thing I'm going to do is protect the veneer with masking tape, because a lot of this work is going to be done with this surface flat against the bench. Now from this angle we can see that this repair piece was put on with the brads as well. And I'm not sure what kind of problem that's going to present when I try to put a bottom panel back in it, but we'll have to deal with that as it comes along. Right now what I want to do is try and get these out of the end here. Which, as you can see, one went easy and one didn't. Now I have seen a lot of drawers with hand-cut dovetails. It was actually one of the last procedures to be mechanized, and that was late in the 1800s. And they usually are perfectly crisp. For a drawer this size, there would be 3 instead of only 2. And these are kind of rough, which actually is in my favor because I don't have to get them perfect like I was expecting to see. But I'm going to mark. And this little piece up here on the top is really pointless because, I mean, there's no strength in a piece of wood that's probably no thicker than a matchstick. Now opinions vary on how to remove the waste from dovetails. Some people use a coping saw. I have found that the coping saw method, you spend about as much time cleaning up with the chisel as if you had gone ahead and chiseled it out the first time, so it really doesn't seem to make a difference. Now there are easier ways to do this, but each easier way comes with its own complications. Since every angle is different, I'm going to have to reset the table for every cut. And then, of course, bandsaw tables don't tilt both ways. This end came out a little loose, mainly because there's a big chip right here. Came off. Poor choice of board for the original drawer maker, but I'm not making any judgments. Measuring for the panel for a drawer bottom is deceptively difficult, so I've made this sliding scale, make it a little bit easier. And what it's telling me right now is that although the drawer is fairly square, those little wire brads are going to be a problem. Now, after many years of collecting Dremel tool accessories and hanging on to every one that I came across, I finally found something that this one can cut. Now, this is not the first fitting, but I'm hoping it's the last. And that looks pretty good. Now that I'm happy with the way everything fits, I'm going to knock these apart, put some high glue on them. The panel here will be held down with a few properly hammer-driven wire brads, and it'll be ready to go back to the customer, who happens to be a dealer. Now, this is a repair. It is not a restoration. Restoration would mean I would take this board, completely duplicate it, do away with this repair down here on the bottom, on both sides, try to get the dovetails on the back side a little neater, but I'm not going to talk about somebody else's work. I don't know what he was going through that day. But as it is, the dealer found this piece and managed to get a fairly good price on it because it was damaged. There were parts missing. It needed work before it would be sellable. And that's when they bring it to me. I'm able to make these repairs for a fairly reasonable price, and they can still turn around and sell it at a profit, which is how dealers make their living. This is how I make my living. So, this is Bronze Age for the Secret Underground Laboratory Recovery and Salvage. Thank you for watching this video. I'd appreciate it if you would click the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already. Comments and questions are always answered. I welcome them. And I hope I see you again next week in the next video. Again, thank you for watching.